what does perfection look like to you in 5 years' time? Now, everyone here, this is where I hit them with the don't be timid, don't be shy, don't be humble. I want to know what the absolute perfect life looks like for you in 5 years' time, because that's where you start to get real goals and thoughts that people have never been allowed to say. It's always like, I want to have the house and a kid and a car. I want to lose 10 pounds. I feel better in my wedding dress. Like, that's great. But between those two questions, we've got a really morbid answer here. We've got a really very fearful answer. But the opposite side of that is we have a very constructive, positive, directional answer that we're now going to tailor everything to. And the potential you hear in people when they start to recognize that, oh, I've never thought this question before. I've never been asked this question before. And that question starts to paint a picture in their head that they can actually have something they've never thought about. Or they can have something they've thought about and never believed was theirs. And that's where something like physique transformation becomes so powerful to me, because every single time we've used that as a vessel, a vehicle to transform someone's life, it's not just the physical that starts to improve. The potential in their physique development usually correlates and cross transfers to the fields of their life, their personal life, their business, their career. And all of a sudden, this potential opens up, and they're like, oh, I've done this. I can now do this. I've done this. I can do this. Oh, I didn't believe I could drop 40 pounds, or I could put on 20 kilos of muscle, or I could get on a bodybuilding stage. What else can I do? Well, that was step one. Now let's change directions. Let's find out. Let's see how far we can push this. And that's where those questions really start to evoke some emotion, some connection, some drive and belief that they can do something they've never done. And that's where, like, I really find, like, pushing potential is so much more important than people think, rather than just playing it safe.
Yeah, I love it. A lot to build off of that. So I did get my master's in health behavior change. So there's a lot of different models that we studied, and the models for me helped me see long term in terms of behavior, in terms of development, where the schooling was in like smoking cigarettes and don't litter. Like, okay, now I was coaching athletes, college coaching, grad school. So then I was able to just spin it. Okay, well, how do I gain buy-in from these college boys who were my former teammates, and I understand exactly where they are right now with $2 Tuesdays when we got a Wednesday practice kind of deal. So that helped me see this long-term vision. I love the approach where we're reaching, and then 5 years like that's a time that a lot of the population I'm working with, they can't even see past 5 months. Recently we had our lacrosse training camp for a season. It was like an overnight stay camp, sleeping bags, cabins, all the fun stuff, and then a lot of practice and team building exercise. So I was in charge of all the team building, and I had never been to this property before. It was beautiful, but the weather was not. And on the property, there was this, I'm not going to call it a lake. I'm not going to call it a pond. I'm going to call it a watering hole, if you will. In Texas, we have these things called blue holes. It's like this specific algae that grows in this perfect belt around the world that Texas lies on. And it's this bright, beautiful, royal blue watering hole. And it's on the property. It's like 2 miles. So we just do like fitness trek out there. And then we run to it, and we're at water level. And I had them visualize, okay, what's your goal? What do you want to accomplish? This is varsity and JV. It's freshman to senior. What do you want to accomplish this season? Let's take 2 minutes, no technology, like focus for 2 minutes. And then as we're thinking about it, I see this group of men, they were bird watching or something. I don't know what they were doing on the camp. And they're up on the top, like the top of the rocks, way above us, like 30 feet. The only way up there was a different path. So then I was like, man, that'd be cool for us to get up there. So we start trekking and running back. And then by then the old men are coming down the trail. And so I asked them, like, hey, how do we get up there? And I take these boys off course. We get up there, and wasn't planned, but I'm thinking like, all right, these guys don't care about looking at cool nature stuff yet. Hopefully this makes a memory. So what are we going to do up here? and I thought of the movie Dead Poets Society. I don't know if you've seen it, Robin
Mm-hmm.
Williams. Well, there's a scene where he gets them to just stand up on their desk. So these students are like private school kids. Okay, let's do something crazy. Let's stand on our desk. And they're all scared. And then Robin Williams' point is like we're changing perspective. So now I'm thinking like, okay, we just changed perspective. And I did similar to what you stated here. I asked him, it's the end of the season. We're looking down. We're looking back at the start of the year where we are or where we were. Now think of your goals. And I had them state their biggest fear. Like what are you scared about this season? And then from there I had to like think up that fear and then pick up a rock. So I grab a rock and then one by one had them share their fear, what was really weighing them down, right? So injuries, and it was surprisingly like they didn't know if they were going to care in 4 months,